This is our presentation on thermal properties by Haley Freeman,
Kathy Morrow, and Akila Muhammad.
What is water and methane?
Water is a molecule made up of 3 atoms, 1 hydrogen and 2 oxygen atoms. In a water molecule, there are slightly negative and positive charges, which contributes to the polarity of the water molecule. There is not an even distribution of electrons within a water molecule, and water is one of the few substances that exist in all 3 phases at normal terrestrial conditions, such as water vapor, which is present in the atmosphere, liquid, which is in all oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, seas, etc., and ice, which is permanently existing in all cold climates.
What is methane? Methane is nonpolar and has a weak intermolecular force, meaning that it does not have highly charged ions. Methane is most commonly found in a gas state of matter, and methane also has a low boiling point and a low melting point. And methane is made up of 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms.
The differences between methane and water. Methane is a nonpolar molecule, and methane has an equal distribution of electrons. And methane is also in a state of gas. While water is polar, it doesn't have an equal distribution of electrons, and water can take the form of a gas, liquid, and a solid.
Thermal properties of water and methane.
Water's thermal properties. Evaporation is the process by which water changes from a liquid to a gas or a vapor. Evaporation is a primary pathway that water moves from the liquid state back to the water cycle as an atmospheric water vapor. Evaporation breaks the hydrogen bonds that help hold together the water molecule. Water has a specific heat capacity, which is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of something. While water absorbs a lot of heat and only gets a small temperature change, water also has a high melting and boiling point. The melting point being at 0 degrees Celsius and 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and the boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius and 212 degrees Fahrenheit, but it evaporates more slowly at the freezing point. Net evaporation occurs when the rate of evaporation exceeds the rate of condensation. A state of saturation exists when these 2 processes' rates are equal, at which point the relative humidity of the air is 100%. Methane's thermal properties. Methane has a low heat capacity of 2.2 joules per gram to degrees Celsius. Methane has a lower melting point at 185 degrees Celsius. Methane has a lower boiling point at negative 160 degrees Celsius. Methane is a nonpolar substance since it has 4 carbon-hydrogen single covalent bonds, which creates a dipole moment within this substance due to equal sharing of electrons and no charge separation. The substance is a waste product of anaerobic respiration in certain eukaryotic organisms that live in habitats where oxygen is lacking, such as the bottom of any large body of water and the hot springs of the Yellowstone National Park.
How do plants use water as a coolant? The process of evaporation removes heat from the environment, which is why water evaporating from your skin cools you. When the body is really hot, the sweat glands below the skin release sweat to help cool the body down. By allowing the sweat on top of the skin, it then evaporates, allowing the body to cool itself back down to a normal temperature. If the body's temperature does not sweat, then the person can go into heat stroke. And this would be applied to plants because little droplets of water collect on the leaf's surface of the plant and then evaporate. And these are our sources. Thank you for listening to our presentation.